my dear subscribers. It's gloomy and drizzling outside. I don't even want to go out. It's pretty typical Irish weather, though. Another episode of the TV show starts tomorrow. Foxy and I are in charge of the equipment, making sure nothing goes missing. Right, Foxy?
And hello again, players! Welcome back to the realm of magic. Ready to meet its inhabitants?
We've seen something like this before. Bloodthirsty beasts, horrors of the underworld, restless souls.
Here in these scenic Celtic lands, people once believed in nature spirits and all sorts of mythical creatures roaming these parts. Your goal this time is to reclaim the pot of gold the leprechaun stole. To do that, you'll need to find common ground with him.
Oh, please. Everyone knows leprechauns are tricksters. With their nasty temper, only cunning will do the trick.
If I recall correctly, you've already got some practice outsmarting foes, so this challenge shouldn't be too tough. Good luck!
Oh, the timid moonlight dances of fairies, the druid songs, the druid hills.
So far, I'm not seeing any fairies or druids. And no leprechaun with our pot of gold either.
Greetings, travelers. I see you're not from around here. It's easy to get lost in these woods.
Hello? We're looking for someone short, dressed in all green, who made off with our pot of gold. Any idea where we might find him?
A leprechaun, is it? There's one around here, but I'm a bit busy right now, you see. I need to brew a remedy for the forest spirit.
A remedy? For the forest spirit? And who are you?
Some call me mage, others a sage, but I prefer druid, the guardian of all these lands and all who dwell here. Notice how gloomy the weather is. That's because the forest spirit is feeling under the weather. Maybe you can help me with the remedy. I promise to tell you how to catch the leprechaun.
Sure, as long as we're not off looking for dragon claws or pollen from talking violets.
I wouldn't know where to find those myself. Here, take my list. All the plants you need are close by. I'll be waiting here when you're done.
I always pictured druids in robes and carrying a staff.
Me too. At least they still do magic and brew potions.
One fireplace and a bunch of old stuff. This druid sure lives simply. No idea what might be useful here.
I think it's cozy. Imagine waking up to birdsong and gathering berries for breakfast.
The air smells so sweet. The whole meadow is flooded with the scent of flowers. Is that a house in that tree over there?
Looks like it, but it's so high up. We can't even see who lives there. Whoa, thunderclouds, rolling sea? I feel like we're at the very edge of the world.
And I'm the lone windmill perched on a cliff.
Don't be so dramatic.
Found everything? Excellent. Now, about the leprechauns. They're very quick. If you catch one, make sure you don't let him slip away.
But how do we get him to show himself? Do we need some sort of spell?
There's a place of power at the forest's edge where ancient mages once summoned nature's spirits. If you lure the leprechaun there, he should appear.
All that's left is figuring out what will grab his attention. He's already taken our pot of gold.
The fairy can help you more with that. She loves pretty trinkets and lives inside a tree in the flower meadow. She's sure to have just the thing. Meanwhile, I'll go prepare the remedy. Take this gadget. It unlocks a hidden cache in my home. Feel free to take anything you need.
All right, thank you so much. We hope these plants help the forest spirit.
Whoa, a real castle. I hope we won't run into any ghosts.
We won't know until we check it out. These ruins still look pretty impenetrable. Oh, looks like this weather spoiled all the festivities. The town is deserted.
Well, from what I've heard, leprechauns are mostly hermits. Maybe your friend is hiding out around here? So this must be the ritual site the druid mentioned. But how does that help us catch the leprechaun?
We'll use the good old-fashioned approach. Dig a hole, drop some trinket in, and the leprechaun will trap himself.
That sounds good. And best of all, no roughhousing. We just need to find a shovel and get a trinket from the fairy.
Hello? Mr. Leprechaun? And still no one. I thought the pub would be the most likely place to find him.
It's so dusty. And that smell is something else. Do leprechauns fix shoes here?
Judging by these materials and parts, I think you're spot on. Wow, I love these magical gadgets. Glad we...
Oh, you're not a bumblebee? Or have you brought me saffron nectar in its place?
Oh, sorry, Miss Fairy. We didn't bring any nectar. We actually came to ask if you happen to know how to lure a leprechaun.
Suppose I do. But I can't share such secrets with strangers unless you're willing to trade. Bring me what I ask for, and I'll give you something to attract the leprechaun.
Sounds like a fair deal. What does your enchantment desire?
You two are just delightful. I want you to bring me a tooth. A human tooth.
A real human tooth? Sorry, Miss Fairy, but I, for one, need to keep all of mine.
Then bring me someone else's. If you plan on finding the leprechaun, you can certainly manage a tooth.
Well, if there's no other way to lure that trickster, we'll find you a tooth. We'll do our best, at least. Don't look at me like that. And before you ask, I need all my teeth too.
I was going to ask if you have any ideas where we can find the tooth for this fairy.
We're in the lands that saw plenty of battles. There's bound to be a burial site or two. Find one, we'll find a tooth.
What is this place? Do you see any way to turn on the lights here?
All I see so far is a shutoff switch and some barrels. Maybe I think it'll be faster to assemble a shovel than try to find one. This thing might work. Ugh, and to think I once wanted to be a dentist. Let's hope the fairy is thrilled.
You always have to be careful what you wish for. It might just come true.
Now we've got a shovel. We can set up the trap at the place of power.
You are. Did you manage to find a real human tooth?
Hard to believe, but yes, here it is. Still, why do fairies collect human teeth anyway?
People make up all sorts of wild stories about castles or magic dust from teeth. We only collect them because they're so pretty.
Fascinating. Thanks so much. Now, can you give us the bait we need to catch the leprechaun?
As promised. Besides pots of gold, leprechauns carry a pouch with an enchanted shilling. Your friend happened to lose his, so here you go.
We're much obliged for your help. Have a wonderful day, Miss Fairy.
You too. Just please don't be too hard on the leprechaun.
I feel like the pit we dug is a bit big. Even the greediest leprechaun in the world wouldn't fall for a trap that obvious.
Yeah, it's definitely too conspicuous. We should look for something to cover it up.
This mat is perfect to hide our leprechaun trap. So, what are the odds the leprechaun will go for a trap? We haven't actually seen him yet.
What leprechaun couldn't resist an enchanted shilling? Let's hide and see if he shows.
Did I hear a shilling? Don't worry, little boy. Ah! Ah, curse it! Oh, me freshly sewn suit! Who dares trick me so brazenly? Hey, kids! What do you think you're doing? Do you have any idea who I am?
Short fellow dressed all in green. This must be our top suspect for stealing the pot of gold. A leprechaun.
You little rascals! All right, I confess. I've got your pot, and it's hidden safely away. If you want it back, you'll fulfill 3 demands of mine.
3 demands for 1 pot of gold seems like a lot, but we don't have much choice. All right, what do you want in return?
First off, new boots. Not just 1 pair. 5 pieces of footwear. I wear mine out, constantly running from folks like you. 10, I want a smoking pipe. I lost mine while fleeing the Dullahan, the headless horseman.
A new pipe, new shoes. Maybe you'd like us to conjure up some whiskey for the perfect trifecta.
Oh, you read my mind. I want none other than a genuine Irish whiskey. Those are my demands.
This is practically extortion. But so be it. We'll do what you ask. And we strongly suggest you stay right here. We found 1 leprechaun and ended up with a mountain of problems. How are we supposed to fulfill all his demands?
We've come across various shoes, I think, and the pub must have some booze. I just don't recall seeing a smoking pipe anywhere.
Sometimes there are so many questions and so few answers. Like how that stethoscope ended up stuck on a windmill.
Think of all the uses. You can crack safes with it or listen in through walls. Did you notice the power button on the remote didn't light up? I think something's wrong with it.
Oh, that explains why the TV won't turn on. Let's take a look at the remote.
You found the music record! But have you found the leprechaun?
We have, but now we're stuck collecting all sorts of trinkets for him. Where are we supposed to find so many shoes? Surprise, surprise! A whiskey bottle without the whiskey. Think the leprechaun will buy it?
Let there be light. Now it's not so creepy, though that doesn't make it any friendlier. Looks like it's holding together. If the boot falls apart, better in the leprechaun's hands than ours. This is definitely more than a back room. It's an entire cellar for aging spirits.
And with its own distillery, too, judging by that still and vat.
There it is, the finest Irish whiskey. But it's sealed. Care to hand me a corkscrew?
Fulfill your end of the bargain first. Then you can find your own way to open it.
All right, you got that done. But two more of my demands still stand. My precious smoking pipe. Say, since I'll be here a while, you wouldn't happen to have a light, would ya?
That service wasn't in the deal. And anyway, aren't you a mage? Why can't you conjure a flame yourself?
Don't get too excited. One of my demands is still in play. Hoo-hoo-hoo! New boots! Mind if I give 'em a quick test run?
We'll let you do all the running you want once we set you free.
I hope you've had a good run chasing after all me whims. Now you know what it's like dealing with leprechauns.
We've held up our end of the bargain, so you need to do the same.
All right.
Looks like we're stuck in an endless loop of leprechaun jokes.
I'm not joking. Here, take this. It's a rainbow activator. Head to the rocky shore and look for a hidden stone. You'll figure out the rest.
So the leprechaun's rainbow is actually a mechanical bridge? Where's the magic in that?
So this is what the rainbow's end looks like. How do we even start searching for that pot in the middle of these hills and woods?
Let's see if anyone's in that hut over there. Maybe they can help. There's no one around, which means no one will mind if we check the place out.
We've already outwitted the leprechaun, and
Congratulations, players! You've discovered the hidden room, the Leprechaun Grotto. A new treasure awaits inside, requiring your best skills to claim it.
you.